Hello F1 fans and welcome back to the channel. Get ready because we've got some twists and turns coming your way from the world of Formula 1. Picture this, the dust has settled after the exhilarating Austrian Grand Prix. But hold on tight because the race result has taken an unexpected detour. The FIA, the governing body of motorsport, has just dropped a bombshell by slapping not one, not two, but a whopping 12 penalties on 8 drivers. Now, you might be asking yourself, what on earth happened? It all boils down to a fiery debate over something seemingly insignificant: track limits. Yes, those elusive boundaries that drivers are supposed to respect but often push to the extreme. And it was precisely this contentious issue that stole the spotlight at the Red Bull Ring. So grab a seat, rev your engines, and join us as we dive into the thrilling saga of why the Austrian Grand Prix race result changed, and why in the world are these track limit rules causing such a stir. Get ready for a wild ride now. Alright, let's dive deeper into the world of track limits and unravel what these boundaries are all about. You see, track limits are the invisible borders that hug the edge of a racing circuit, and a sneaky white line defines them. If a driver dares to cross that line with all 4 wheels, my friends, they've just breached the track limits. Now, you might be wondering, what do the rules actually say about all this? Hold on tight as we take a peek into Article 33.3 of the Sporting Regulations, the ultimate guide for drivers on the track. According to these regulations, drivers are expected to make every reasonable effort to always stay within the track. They should keep their wheels firmly planted on the racing surface unless they have a valid reason to go off track. Here's the catch. If a driver's car completely loses contact with the track and no part of it remains within the boundaries, they are considered to have left the track. But wait, there's more. Those white lines that define the edges of the track? Yep, they're considered part of the track. However, the curbs, those rumble strips on the sides, are not. But here comes the interesting part. If a driver happens to venture off track, they are allowed to rejoin the race. However, there's a condition. They can only do so when it's safe and without gaining any lasting advantage. With their all-knowing discretion, the race director can even demand a driver to give back any advantage they gained by straying from the track. So there you have it, the lowdown on track limits and what the rulebook has to say. These lines are like invisible guardians, reminding drivers to stay on the straight and narrow, but also leaving a window of opportunity for re-entry. Alright, let's shift our focus to what happens when drivers dare to breach those track limits and why this topic has got everyone talking. It's time to uncover the consequences of straying beyond those invisible borders and its ripple effect on the Austrian Grand Prix. During the qualifying session, a jaw-dropping 47 laps were deleted due to drivers exceeding track limits. Sergio Perez, in particular, found himself on the wrong side of luck as 3 of his laps were wiped out, ultimately preventing him from advancing to Q3 for the 4th consecutive Grand Prix. Ouch! Now, the approach changes a bit when it comes to the race itself. The first 2 times a driver exceeds track limits, race control gives them a friendly warning, like a tap on the shoulder. But beware, for a 3rd infringement, the driver is shown the infamous black and white flag, a final warning before things get serious. Should a driver ignore the previous warnings and cross that white line for a 4th time, the matter is escalated to the stewards, who swiftly impose a 5-second penalty. And guess what? It doesn't stop there. Further breaches result in additional time penalties. Just take a look at Yuki Tsunoda from AlphaTauri, who received a 10-second penalty for committing 7 violations during the Sunday race. The stewards had their hands full, to say the least. According to the FIA, there were well over 1,200 instances where a car was reported as potentially leaving the track. Imagine the meticulous review process they had to undertake. Now, you might be wondering why everyone is buzzing about track limits at the Red Bull Ring. Well, it all comes down to the unique nature of the circuit. While some corners are lined with gravel traps to catch wayward cars, others feature large asphalt runoff areas. These asphalt runoffs, such as the one at Turn 1, incorporate a bumpy yellow curb, often referred to as a sausage curb in F1. This curb prevents drivers from immediately rejoining the track, ensuring they don't gain an unfair advantage. However, there's a twist in the tale. At turn 10, a driver can run wide and potentially gain an advantage. Unfortunately, finding a solution isn't as simple as slapping on another sausage curb or adding a gravel trap. The FIA recognizes the challenge and plans to address the issue for future events at the track. They have recommended the addition of a gravel trap at the exit of turns 9 and 10, acknowledging that while it may not be a straightforward solution for other racing series, it has proven effective in similar situations elsewhere. The aftermath of the Austrian Grand Prix saw a flurry of opinions from drivers and team bosses. Lewis Hamilton of Mercedes expressed his frustration. Toto Wolff, the head of Mercedes, acknowledged the stewards' enforcement of the rules, emphasizing that they were simply doing their job. However, he also recognized the need to address the challenges posed by track limits at the Red Bull Ring. Frederick Vasseur echoed the difficulties faced by drivers when navigating the fine line of track limits. He emphasized the importance of establishing a clear and defined limit, suggesting alternatives like AstroTurf or gravel strips as potential solutions. Mattia Binotto further emphasized the challenges faced by drivers during the race due to the presence of dirty air from cars ahead. He acknowledged that this factor makes it even more difficult for drivers to stay within track limits as they have less control over how their cars react. Andreas Seidel empathized with the drivers, recognizing that adhering to the rules might seem easy from an outside perspective. He acknowledged that some situations might feel tough and seemingly unworthy of penalties, but emphasized the importance of consistent applications of the rules. Jost Capito agreed with the idea of adding grass strips outside the corners to discourage drivers from exceeding track limits. He saw this as a practical solution to address the issue. Christian Horner, the principal of Red Bull, focused on the need for consistency in applying track limit rules across different circuits and races. He emphasized the importance of establishing a level playing field for all competitors. As we navigate through the viewpoints of these team bosses, it becomes evident that the track limit issues is complex, requiring careful consideration and potential modifications to enhance the racing experience while maintaining fairness and integrity on the track. And that's a wrap, folks. The world of track limits at the Austrian Grand Prix has taken us on a thrilling journey. We've witnessed drivers pushing their cars to the edge, stewards enforcing the rules, and team bosses sharing their perspectives. The debate over track limits and how to strike the right balance between fair competition and maintaining discipline is an ongoing challenge. As Formula One continues to evolve, finding practical solutions to ensure exciting races while upholding the integrity of the sport remains a top priority. So as we eagerly await the next chapter in the Formula One saga, let's stay tuned to the world of track limits, those invisible boundaries that add an extra layer of excitement to the races. And that's all from today's video. If you have liked this video, make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to share this video with your fellow F1 fans. Also, make sure to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates and news from the world of Formula One. We'll be back soon with another exciting video. Till then, take care and bye-bye.